Okay. Now I'd like to do that thesis of Gzeir Shemi Alav Yitlosh, the Tosh you're talking about. Let's do it.
Where are you?
Tav Gimel.
Let's record this.
Okay. Okay. Gzeir Shemi Alav Yitlosh. Temo. Lomali Hai Time. Lokamon Gabi Noch Shevi Doron. And Yesh Bino B'Mechuber also. Pirush Rashi. That if that particular species is b'mechuber, meaning that means there's a chance it was actually picked on Yom Tiv. It's also Pirush Rashi. The came is katzoi ben hashmoshes is katzoi l'kul yomo. Chem mashma the time mishum muktzah ben maisi lo gabi sofik muchon vashni trei tamad omali. Now, I mean the way Tais is asking the question, l'chayr is going like Rav Yehuda, right? He's not saying because it's dachib yadayim. Right? He's saying the reason came this concept is called kul yoma. I mean, that's as far as the Svar according. No, wait, no. The Gemara over there in Kira, in the Mishnah, it says that if you have Beis Hashem Shabin there, that with the leftover, the residue of oil, according to Reb Shimon, it's mutter because it's Yoshem Mitzapeh.
Right.
So that's the Gemara says that's speaking about ner cotton, but if it be a ner godol, that let's say it's a 26-hour candle, and for some reason went out, then even Reb Shimon agrees that it's muktzah because it's not Yoshem Mitzapeh, right? So when he put it in there, he designated it should be unavailable for him for 24 hours, right? So over here, this person had no shaychus to whatever it is, right? So it's not keeping this katzoi ben hashmoshes. If it's going like keeping this katzoi, that svara is a svara according to Rabbi Yehuda. You want it's not Yoshem Mitzapeh, it's not because keeping this katzoi ben hashmoshes, because he was maktzah midaito for a whole Shabbos, right? That's the whole svara Yoshem Mitzapeh. Reb Shimon rejects the concept of keeping this katzoi
because he can use it.
Because if he knows it's going to be available, what was ben hashmoshes according to Reb Shimon is irrelevant.
Okay.
So I'm saying the Loshen Tosas says over here, if he came in this katzoi, ben hashmoshes katzoi l'kul yoma. So the Rashi is going according to Reb Yehuda, not according to Reb Shimon, right? Because if in fact it's a what? It's any Yoshem Mitzapeh because he has no shaychus to what the goy is going to bring him, right? Because it's not bechatzero like Pesach Noishin. So if that's the case, say because it's what he was maktzah midaito. It's not keeping this katzoi ben hashmoshes. Chem masher taimo mishum muktzah. The Maislo Gabi Sofik Muchon Vasher Trei Taimel Domali. Let's take a look at Rashi over there.
Yeah, it's Kedai, because Rashi there. Tosh is going to quote him in a second.
Yeah, but I understand that. He's Pirush Rashi keeping his katzoi.
No, he's going to quote the.
I understand that, but what he's quoting right now.
So he's going to Rabbi Shimon, right? Reb Shimon.
1 second. There you go.
First one.
Volgens het nog Shevidor is op Yom Tov. Wie is boos min b'mechuber oser. Lerev nami oser b'rashiyasu v'meim oser min b'mechuber toch het tchum muter chutz l'tchum is oser. 1 second. So over here, wie is boos min chub asur and mishum muktzah. Va'afilu d'Reb Shimon. Okay. Yesh muktzah b'grog sutzmuk and mechuber k'grog sutzmuk and doming midlo likton. Okay. Me'esmo. And even though we're talking about nochish Shevidor.
Right, even though you have Moshe because we're in a different place.
Melo likte me asmol aktsinu midate. Velo tachlok b'mechur ben shlo ben shal nochri. Right? So you have to say like this. He's saying, even though he's saying something, that he didn't pick it, that's an indication that he's maksim midaito. That's tachib yadayim. It's like grokshut smukim. Then he's bavornik. I shall nochri. If it's his own, it's one thing.
Now, what the smoke of that is, I don't know.
Okay, good. V'lo sachli b'mechur bein shalo bein shal nochri. See, Bishlam, he'd have his own.
Right.
No. And he'd pick his. He didn't pick his. He's matzche even the goys. Right? That's the way I would learn. If he has, it's yesh min the mechuber, and he wasn't interested in picking it before Yom Tiv. His own, or let's say for somebody else that it was tochat chum, right? Yesh min mechuber. So that means this min he was matzeh. I mean he has no interest in it for a whole Yom Tiv. Right?
Oh, so the Rav is learning the lessons of Yeshmi Oisa Hamin de Mechuber by Israel.
No, even by a goy. Let's say by Yisrael. Let's by a goy.
Then I could hear better now. If you say that
no, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be his. No, it doesn't have to be his min. Let's say another Jew would have it.
Right. The first time is talking about anyone. If it's still growing and there's a risk that it came from detached from the tree today. No.
Which means that since it was available to him before Yom Tiv, he could have either he had his own or another Jew he could have bought it from and could have picked it. That means this min for him, he's a matzah.
I was saying in the Kimta that it's only usher because he had shaykhs to this min, either his own.
Put it this way: whoever he has, evidently he's aware the min it's b'mechuber. He's aware of it.
So it's not enough that it's just growing stamps away. He has to have had access.
No, he has to be aware and he had access to it. Right. That's a double portion. Otherwise, what shaykhs to talk He doesn't have to. No, he doesn't have shaykhs next to the goys.
No,
but he had shaykhs to the min, and that he didn't pick that min. That's a simin. He was marked to the whole min midaitoi.
Right. So I'm saying, so we're reading this in Yesh Mishum in the Mechuber. We're really adding to it a lot. We're saying not just in Yesh Mishum Mechuber, meaning because when I learned the first parshas that the Gemara is saying if it's still growing somewhere.
Wait a second. Stand.
I'm not arguing.
No, if Yesh Mishum min Mechuber asurin mishum muktzah. And he says even Reb Shimon. Right. 1 second. ולערב אסורים בכדי שיעשו כדי שלא ינם עם לחס יום טיב ועוד כמה לערב אסורים בכדי שיעשו לאחר כן מותרים אפילו לערב ישם okay something 1 second רגע say it 1 second לא שבידון ביום טוב אם יש פה סמין מחובר אסור לערב נמי אסורים ואם אין מוסמים מחובר Tochat Chum is mutter. Okay, 1 second. And if it's not mechuber, so if it's Tochat Chum, it's mutter.
Because there's no malacha that was done. It's not mutter.
That means it was picked before. Right, it's not mechuber. It's not. It was picked before.
And there's no problem with matzah because it's not.
No, you understand. Wait. V'mein mosa min mechuber Tochat Chum mutter. If it came from Tochat Chum, it's mutter. Chutz klum oser. Oser. לא שמעתי תם מקובל בדבר, די משום מוקצה, אמי מוטל לישראל לאחר. די משום נעשה לבו איסה בשבילו, אם כן לישראל לאחר, נמי אוסר, נוח רשיד לסנר בשבס, אם בשביל ישראל אוסר, ולא חילק בין לשלום, גבי איסר תחומין דרבונן, לאחר כל ההי, ודי נמסו על זה. תמכן נראה לי מחוץ לתחום אסורים, גזר שם ישלח בשבילו, ובשביל זה מוטל לאחר. לקל מגזר בו שאינו מכירו. אוקיי. Second, Tema Matam, Yevan Muktafi Lishal Acher, Osir, Yisrael, Rishon, Bishul Shanasib, and Yisa Bishwilam Ken Lishon Achinami, Yasur Kedamino, Shehidluk Yesaner, Bishul Shil Osir, Lekel Chiluk, Bain Osi, Yisrael, Yisrael, Tiritz Rashi, Dishema, Isot Chumet Leke Yisrael, Drabono, Loachmu, Kulahai, yeah, Vadai Yasrina, Zeshi, Bishuluk, he just quotes Rashi. No, there's a Taisus in Be'er later, where it speaks about Avira the Livni. If you have, let's say, a structure where the stones are piled up one on top of another, and there's no cement, and he has food in there, and somebody went and took out the stones and the bricks. So it's only an Isser Drabonon of what? There's only Isser Drabonon of stira, not Isser Doraisa, because it wasn't really cement. So Rashi asks, I Lamaisa, he was Maximi Daitoi, it's given this Katsoi, because there's this Drabbana, you're not allowed to be Seis of the Binyan, right? So Rashi answers, what the Taisus says over there is that since it's only an Issa Stira Drabanan, so Mela, they were Machmir, therefore, the mice, it's taken out, the food inside is mutter. It's Taisus number days. 1 second. Avir the Livni. Second.
like opening and closing a closet.
Let's take some of your base here. It's before your shieling. Let's see. Yeah. V'nifchas. Teisel Lamed Aleph in Beis. V'nifchas. Vaishu Moli Pers Nifchas. Neutel Mokum Abchas. Right? Remeo me af Abchas af Pochis Lachatchiva Neutel. Yeah. Rashi. Take a look at Rashi first. Neutel Mokum Abchas, according to Tanakama. If it was Nifchas, you can take the fruit Mokum Abchas. The law meaning muktzin machmas iser hein, then yochle pochse biyomtov, vaser daiti minayu.
What's the case again?
Again, we'll see it. Stones just, we're speaking of the stones that just pile up, they're not cemented.
Okay.
So the Isser steer is only Mr. Rabbanan. And it was nifchas, somehow the bricks came out. The stones came out, so it says in the Mishnah, to take them out, you're not allowed because that's stira, and this is stira in Rabbanan. But if it was taken out, the fruits inside you could take out, right? So Rashi himself asks, "V'laminam muktzin machmas iserhein," right? It wasn't available. Then yochel lefochsa biyomtov, right? I mean, seemingly it's even more than that. I mean, it's more than it's dachab yadayim, according to what the Lumdus was saying now. Since he could have and he didn't. So it's mamish like even Reb Shim would agree to this. He says, "V'oser daitayim inayu."
We don't say that.
But why? The cave will have yichisos yisur do reisker amira lo bavir the livni lav muktzeninu. Garmin gavi tevel b'shili pirkin. The Gemara says in Shabbos and in later that let's say a person was mafresh tevel is muktzah, can't eat it. Person was mafresh tevel, the halacha is you permitted to eat it. You permitted to eat it. It wasn't available. That you didn't wear a mafresh, it's a simon that you have no relevance to it. Yet, since the Surah Frosh is only Rabbanon, because it's Nerukim Misake, therefore, if he did it, what's the Lumdus? We have to talk about what the Lumdus is, right? Right? That's because the halacha is it's Muchen Shabbos, because factually, if he did it, it's what? It's Mesukin. Even though factually in the Stam Das, that he didn't take it out, he was Makzadat, he says, since factually, if in fact he took it off, we'd allow him to use it, Memela, right? Eitzel Shabbos Shem Ova V'tiknu Mesukin. What's the Lumdus? You know, there's a famous Taz. The halacha is that person says Birchas Torah in the morning, so throughout the day you can be someone with the Birchas Torah. Right? So the kasha is, I mean, when you have das, let's say a person never learns. So good. Birchas Torah, they say the psukim right away in the morning. Every time you learn, you should have Birchas Torah. So we say the stam das, that a person has das continuously, that if it should present itself, the opportunity he has in mind. So therefore, that's not Esar das. The man never opens a sefer. The man, we say every Jew, there's a certain, not a chazka, there's a certain subconscious das, that if it should present itself, right, he would do it. So therefore, it's not Sechad Das. You have to say, it's not considered a negation, since if in fact it was Nifchas like Mafresh, you're not permitting Mafresh Truma. But since Chazal say in Hifrish, it's Mesukin, therefore, because of that eventuality, a person's not, that's not called Machzah Daiter. Right? But let's say a person would be over Nisna Raisa, there's no way he could be benefits from on Yom Tif or Shabbos. So if he didn't do it himself before, right, there's no circumstance that it'll be permitted to him. So Mela, therefore, that's Asar Datayu. Therefore, it's a Dachib Yadayim. I mean, you have to learn that's other. What's the Svara? Factually, if books is totally in Dachim Yadayim, it's Dachim.
So the Rav here is saying that we must say that Tlisha is the Raisa on Yom Tov.
1 second, 2 seconds. Because in this Drabonim, because factually, post facto, we allow him to be Neneh.
Good.
So if that's the case, so why, I feel Yesh Bosamin b'mechuber?
So
Right, Teretz is, it's this Doraisa. Otherwise, what's the chiluk? Avir Livna or Tikkun Truma? He's not saying because it's less of a pula, right? He says because it's Drabonim. There is the famous Machlokes Rashi Tesis in Sukkah. By a Rava, do you say a bracha? Why don't you say a bracha? So Rashi says, you don't say a bracha on a minhag, right? On a minhag. So Tosas disagrees, right? That Machlokes, they say a bracha on Rosh Chodesh Halil, right? Which is a minhag. So Tosas sheet is you do. I mean, it's a Machlokes and Tosas. Rabbi Tam and the Reed, right? You do. So Tosas Mechalik, Moroccans do. So what's his name? So Tosas and Mechalik, he says the Netilas Arov, which is only Tiltul Baalno, doesn't have the Chashivus. That's the reason why you don't. But something which is more significant, you do. That's how Tosas is Mechalik. Okay. Rashi learns no minhag. You don't say a bracha on a minhag. There's a brisker Rav on this. A minhag, you don't say a bracha on a minhag. Therefore, so it's a minhag. So Rosh Chodesh, you're not going to hallow Rosh Chodesh. It's a minhag. You don't say a bracha. That's Shitas Rashi. Okay. So I'm saying, you'd say by Mokab Abchas, where maybe you could take the bricks out easily.
Right.
So Mela, therefore, but maybe I'll tell you, Tlishes also. But what's the difference? What's the difference? Basically, binyan is only if it's what? If it's steer is something which is significantly secure.
Good.
We only have bricks stacked on top of it. Right? You understand? It's not a pula chashuva.
Good.
But maybe when you pull something out of the ground before, it's not called an oichel. As soon as something grows, it's not called an oichel. When you detach it, now it's called an oichel. So maybe because of the transition or transformation from non-oichel to oichel, it's called, maybe it's in Strabona, it's more significant.
Okay.
So therefore, as a result of that, even though it's this Drabonon, maybe they still say you're not allowed to be, it's still muktzah.
Okay.
Instead, I'm saying, l'chayra from here would be a rayo, that the way Rashi holds, that Talisha, their code says Nisdoraisa.
Even though, I mean, there's Machlokes Rishonim.
I know, but the Medayik in Rashi, that he holds that it's Nisdrabonon.
Megillah Shlomo does, but
I understand, but I want to say, but how do you pamper it? Rashi says over here, it's Drabonon, it should be mutter.
Right.
And Nachri Shevi Doro, and it's also.
Right.
It's not Dach B'Yadayim, because here it's not Dach B'Yadayim. Right, so evidently from there it says right, and it's the right, so I'm being Mechalik. Yeah, I understand, but I'm being Mechalik. I mean, similar to over there, the way Tosas and Mechalik between minhag, which is tiltul ba'alma, and something more significant. I'm saying, here, when you have bricks stacked on top of the mokum abchas, it's not speaking about, it's a real binyan. So because it's not a significant act to get to it, so therefore, they said if you did it, it's mutter. Hafrosh is truma, which... No, it's not, because again, it's nira k'misakin. It's nira k'misakin. No, there was ochel, it was ochel before, it's ochel now. Truma, it's tevel. Tevel, it's not, there's nisser on it. But basically, it's ochel. When you go and you tailish something from the ground before it didn't have a shem ochel, it's not metame. Right? There's no tumas ochel in mechuber.
Right.
It's a different mitzias. So we're talking about what is the effect of the action. It's a whole different reality. So it could be that, right? That's how I would have said, except from Rashi, it's not mashma that way. Rashi says, because it's Nisr Rabbanan. Rashi is not saying because this is insignificant. He's not saying because it's a ksas pula. He says Nisr Rabbanan. So I'm saying from this Rashi, l'chayr, it's clear that Rashi Shita has to be that Tlisha is Nisr Doraisa, from this Rashi.
Yeah, and I didn't look inside it, but the Rosh Hashanah of Dal and Beis, and the Daik the Rashi of Dal and Beis, that, or is it somewhere else, I'm forgetting, maybe Chokhas, that the Rashi is going to get the rice.
Yeah, but this is mamish before.
Yeah, this is very, very clear.
This is before.
This is very mukhrach, that's how
Yeah,
Rashi is going to
yeah. So let's take a look at Tesis. So you quote Rashi, v'nivchas on Laman Aleph and Beis. V'nivchal noto mokam b'chas pirush Rashi nivchas me'elov. It was nivchas me'elov. Nobody did a mlocha. V'mtoy ma'mayin noitel mokam b'chas. So havi muktzah bein hashmoshes. The also the pochsa b'yom tum drabon migid skatzoy bein shoyes skatzoy the omo. Let's stop for another second. Again, the way Tosas is asking again. Why is he asking going to Rabbi Yehuda? Let him say it. It's Dachab Yadayim. Right? This terminology is Katzoy, is Rabbi Yehuda. This is a Muktzah terminology. The Pishko just gave it, they know Osur. Lifchos El Midrabanan. Kidemuki Lobi Gemara Bavir Delivni. It's only the bricks are stacked, the rocks are stacked one on top of the other, or the bricks. Hashnif Chashori Lemechal Mina, the Muktzah Drabanan, lo Amina Migdis Katzoy Ben Hashmoses. Wochen gami tevel bishili pirken shu muchen etzel Shabbos hol v'imov v'tikno mesuken lo havi muktzah el midrabanon lo ma migdis katzoi. Okay, that's Rashi. Wait, we'll get to the Lon here in a second.
Yeah,
okay, that's Rashi. V'lo nehiro. The Oma gabi Shabbos gabi sal lifnei afrochim, right? Sal lifnei afrochim migdis katzoi avogav dein shom muktzah el midrabanon. Over there, it's speaking about. Salif Ne'afrochim, it's speaking about, you have a basket, and the chickens, they can all get into coop, they stand on the sal. As in the chickens themselves are muktzah. Right. Over there we're talking about Mavata Kli Me'echono. Right? So the sal Salif Ne'afrochim, Migdus Katzoi Avagav, Dein Shom Muktzah El Midrabanon, V'chein Gabi Galgal, Muchnig, Sheshel of Mos. 1 second. And then the money comes off. 1 second. If the Efrochim are on the Sal Ben Hashmoshes, even if the Efrochim go off it, they're not there anymore, we say Kivin is Katzoi. See, it's not comparable.
Yeah, there's the actual muktzah. Here it's the Isra Malocha.
No.
Here it's
two different things.
Yeah,
there it's the chefza. We're talking about the chefza itself is a bosses. Beit Hashmosh it's served as a step for the chickens.
Right.
The muchni is what's his name? Is like a mortar and pestle, right? So you had money there. So we're talking about the muchni served the muktzah. Here we're talking about something didn't allow you to come to something that's mutter. It's two separate things. 1 second. Vomer Reb Moshe lo omru elok shamuktzah inu mistalik min olam go mos shagabi kar shabi shenot madayin hein ba'olam avot tefel miyad shetikno atel mistalik hamuktzah mikol v'kol. I mean, maybe he's saying what we're saying. There, what was the basis for the muktzah? Of course, it was a basis for the money.
Mm-hmm.
So the money's not there. It's only because the money's not there. But the money is muktzah. Regardless, the money's muktzah. Over here, the food was never muktzah. Right, the tevel's on muktzah was its tevel, but now it's no longer tevel. He's saying maybe like it's like ponim chadoshes bodakam. You understand?
No, but I think.
It's a different reality. The past reality doesn't exist.
Oh,
This is a bosses for the
Yeah.
money,
right.
right? This sal is a bosses for the chickens. Ben Hashmoshes.
Okay.
Here, why should this be muktzah? Because it was muktzah, but now it's tevel. It's no longer tevel. So when I deal with that kind of isra, we don't say keeping the skatzoi. Even though in the physical makeup it's the same physical, it's the same grain, right? That's his machalik. He's saying, well, I would have said it's not comparable. Because here it's the object, and there the food was always mutter.
No, but let's think about it. Why was the sal muktzah? Because
It was a bosses. No, because it's a bosses.
Right.
The bosses assumes the identical status as the frochim.
And even though Efrachim left on Shabbos,
But still, the frochim and the sal are synonymous. The muchni and the money are synonymous. That's the bosses. Right? That's the reason. So it's irrelevant what it went off. Here the food's mutter. You can't get to the food. Because you have to you have to take out the bricks. So therefore we say it. So now when you eat in food, does the food have a muktzah inside itself? No.
No.
So therefore we say,
That you get.
it's only drabonon, so we make this chiluk. 1 second. Amrina b'chulin, ha'sheich b'shabs osa b'achilo, liyoimo, v'naz b'chavi l'meim Rabbi Yudai, it's going like Rabbi Yehuda, the big katzoi b'eshvos shoiso, chayo, asuro, avgav nishchid nistal k'muktzah min oilom.
he's saying, look, it's now it's edible. So it was saying this is a comparable case. Because what prevents you from eating this animal? The mice shechita, the isra shechita, and then that was done. So who cares about how it was done? Shouldn't be muktzah. It could be also knas or something, but it shouldn't be muktzah. Wait. What happened to ask me? This is now, you said the Raisa.
Yeah, because he's not mechalik. He's going away from Rashi. It has nothing to do with this drabonon. He's not saying it's drabonon.
Oh, I thought he was asking.
No. He said a different pshat. He has the right. He's saying his own pshat.
Well, I thought he quoted Rashi. And
No, then he asked. He says Rashi's lo nihira. Rashi is incorrect what Rashi's saying.
I thought he's saying we only hear it because.
No. The iser drab. When we say even if it's katzoi, that's only if the actual object is still here, right?
But if it's not.
Like the Mos is here, or the Frochim are here, or the cause of the muktzah is still
But
here.
I thought Rav Moshe is explaining Rashi that he's
No.
No,
He's not saying that.
Really?
No.
Why?
See, the way we answered Rashi. The way we answered it has no shaychus, right? We answered Rashi differently. Right here, it's the chefza. There, the food is not muktzah.
Right.
It's a ma'akev. Right? He's not answering that.
Even though you said that
No. He's clearly not saying this. The way I said it, no, because here it's not the food is not muktzah. Here he says the tevel doesn't exist. So if the behemoth chaya, it's a piece of meat. Before it was a living, it was an animal. Today it's a piece of meat. So what was his katzoi was what? Was the behemoth. But now it's not a behemoth any longer.
It's meat.
No, it's not noila. It's not noila. One second. She says, "Yesh lo mekayim the benashos hoyse muktzah machmas chisora mlocha doraisa. Aminu migu afisha muktzah nestalk min oilam." I mean that chiluk will only make a drabonon. By an issue doraisa, we're not going to make that chiluk because it's more chomer. But again, he's still going with the svara. You don't have to say in Rashi. He's still going with the svara of what? Kivnis katzoi. Kivnis katzoi.
I mean, it could be because.
See the way we explain Rashi. L'choyer it should be dach b'yadayim. Fact it's dach b'yadayim. Grogs at smukim is not. We're not dealing with an isser.
Okay.
It's not an isser. It's only because it reaches a certain stage of development, which is it's an edible. And the Gemara says in Shabbos it's b'dei shamayim. He doesn't know exactly when it's going to be edible. Therefore, he puts that out of his mind.
Okay.
So you see, it's unrelated to Mlocha.
Right.
So we asked, even this Rabbanon, he put it out of his mind. So what I said before was that since Midrabanon, if fact your mafresh they allow you to use it, so maybe if at a certain level he doesn't put it out of his mind.
Right.
But in Isdor Raiso, that's mamish dach b'yadayim.
Yeah.
Since he didn't shecht it before Shabbos, right? Dach b'yadayim. But l'chari, it's difficult.
Yeah,
It's
you can
difficult.
still use it.
No. It's difficult. L'chari, it's difficult because so why are we trivial to Reb Yehuda? So, even according to Reb Shimon, the Gemara says in Chulin it's going like Reb Yehuda,
Should be sure.
right? Not should. Reb Shimon also is masking. Reb Shimon should also agree to this, right? L'chari, it's dacha b'yadayim. He could have and he didn't. So that you could have and you didn't. That's a simon what? You had no interest, right? It's like mechuber. Mechuber bosamin.
Okay.
So maybe this is it. I mean, Stami, you have to understand. You have to understand this. Let's say a person has enough meat for Shabbos, right? And now somebody goes and he chefs the behemoth on Shabbos. Why didn't I chef the behemoth? Because I was dachir. Not because I didn't need it. See, if something I wanted and I chose not,
That's on there.
right? I could have used. I should have said dachir b'yadayim.
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't pick it means I don't want it, right?
Okay.
But here, why didn't I shecht it? I didn't even think about it. It's not. It was dachir.
Right.
So what's the reason why it's also? Kivin the skatzoi. Kivin the skatzoi. That svar is only a svar according to Reb Yehuda. It's not a svar according to Reb Shimon.
No, but then you could say that the old or anything. Even
No, it's I
anything.
understand.
You could say,
I'm
"Oh, I
only
didn't really
wait.
need it."
Wait. No, I'm only mentioning it to create a problem. So you have to say now it's nasat v'rch l'shurim. So you have to start getting involved in the cases. Did he need it? Didn't he need it? That's what it's totally in.
Right.
Yesh bo noch shevi doran. Yesh bo samin b'mechuber. Let's say he had enough apples, enough grapes,
Right.
right? So why did he pick it?
I don't know.
He had enough. But over there, the reason why he rejected, right?
He didn't.
He could. It's evident he could have used it. L'chari brumig, he could have used it. Because I'm saying you can't use it. We're saying you can't use it. So the normal case is he brings something he could use. So if you could use it, so why don't you pick it? I mean, it's a little bit of dach. The answer is dachi b'yadayim. Even the Reb Shimon would agree that's dachi b'yadayim. Right?
If I buy 2 chickens and I don't care whether they're egg laying or they're pullets, I don't care. I buy 2 chickens, I bring it into Shabbos or Yontif, and then I shat them. What's the problem?
No. There it's Shabbos. There it's shochet b'Shabbos.
But I'm asking.
No, the shechita is also in Shabbos. Period. You're not allowed to shechet on Shabbos.
But I'm saying I don't care which one is one. I mean for Yontif, I said Shabbos. Sorry, for Yontif, I don't care. I didn't designate. The 2 chickens, I bought 2 chickens. Can I?
It's totally in
check them?
Brera. It's totally in Brera.
So
We
why,
say
why
no,
can't
you
use
can. We
You
said
can
whichever
use
one
it.
I choose to shech, that's the one I'm going to
So
shech.
I can use that idea here too.
No. Here he's not permitted to take the bricks out of the house. It's nishrabon. It's dismantling. It's stira.
But I'm saying the food itself. Why can't it be like I'm destroying just to get to the food?
You're not allowed stira. You're not permitted to dismantle the house. Something that's mechuber, a building's called mechuber. You're not permitted to dismantle something that's mechuber.
Right, but I can destroy if I'm not looking to build. I can destroy.
Still lost some drabonon.
I'm opening a package and I'm taking the
Something
food
else
out.
because it's not called stira. It's called stamakalkel. Here's a side question. If you're open the package, where can you destroy the building to take the what's the name out?
Yeah.
So that's a side question.
Also,
So you'll be mechalik. That's not what we're talking about. So over here he's mechalik ben isdorais or not. You kosher. Doch abchas havi ba'olam. Du mit dem Muchni. Sheish eitzi oleh mos. Da vi amukze ba'olam. Afal pi she'en kan shu mokum acher. Chanam abchas. Och isel generally the asya hay stomach Reb Shimon. The Leslie mukze. Yeah. It's going like Reb Shimon. 1 second.
What was his question? He wants to compare.
Whatever. He says, because of this question, he says, can't go like Reb Yehuda, it's going like Reb Shimon. So the my come le'el, breish mechil, gabi yom tev stam, gabi yom sosam tanak Reb Yehuda, v'hocher sosam tanak Reb Shimon, because he refupse hilchso. Yeshloma, the ein ze stoma, the stoma have, imo yochel loma div Reb Shimon. Lo komar, im kein have sosam, אבל hochel o yochel loma div Reb Shimon, Notu Malcolm Chas, Masha Davka B'Diavad, Al Chatchilo Yifros, Ma Divrei Reb Shimon, Da Svirle, Da Chas Lachatchilo, Da Purchas. Avalel Necho, Da Kumega B'Yom Tus. Okay, whatever he's giving the answer. I'm not focusing on this now. 1 second. There's a Gemara at the end of Shabbos, the last mission of Shabbos. You want to get him on Shabbos? Gemara over there is mechalik. It is whether a behemoth brio dies, are you permitted to feed it to the klovim? So the Gemara says, according to Reb Shimon, the Gemara is mechalik. The behemoth brio, behemoth sukenes. It's a machlok samurai. It's a machlok samurai. The nevelo on Shabbos, a behemoth dies, right? Does it have to be mesukenes or even brio? So if you hold it's only mesukenes because it was mesukenes, so what's its value? Its value is nevela. That's Michael Klovim. But if it's brio, right? He's not going to feed a right. We had muchal odom, not muchal leklovim. So he never intended. All of a sudden the thing dies, right? So therefore, that one man says you can't feed it leklovim. The other one says not feel behem brio. You have to say what exactly? Chayro, right? And died on Shabbos. No. That's the machlokas. But that's the machlokas. What the hemo? We told him sukeres. I feel behem brio. It's less mission in Shabbos. Where is it? All right, before. Yeah. Mishnah says it's the Mishnah. Chatno dulav fnei behemo, it's nevela fnei klovim. It's Mishnah.
Right. That's the one we quoted actually.
On that base,
Yeah.
there is someone. Rabbi Yehuda Omer im lo hois nevela mer Shabbos asuru fi shenim min amuchon. Okay, so that's okay. But Tanakama says, which is Reb Shimon, it's nevela fnei klovim. Okay, so Mora says. Yeah, Itmar. Omro la'alocha Rabbi Yehuda. Yeah, that what? That it's enim in a muchan. That unless it was in the veil of Shabbos, you can't feed it. No, not that. Rab Sovak la'alocha Rabbi Yehuda. Medekarchi duzuzi Rabosu Shmuel Shori af Levi Sovak Rabbi Yehuda kiod Levi kavi maisik shrei fosel kamei b'yom yitavo lavichozelo. Ki Yosef akil kalto the Omer dilma l'miskashim fil l'klov l'chazi Shmuel Omer halocha Reb Shimon Shmuel, right? So God he holds it's not the hema shemeso lo yizenim imkomo. You're not permitted. It's muktzah. V'tirgum aziri the behemoth kochim. So behemoth kochim you can't feed l'klovim. Av v'chulin shabedomi. Ziri says, but if it be behemoth chulin, it dies you can, and it's a stam mishnah. V'av Reb Yochanan haloch Reb Shimon. 1 second. El miyom Reb Yochanan hochi. V'omer Reb Yochanan haloch stam mishnu tenan. Ein mevaken eitzim min hakoros lo min hakoros nish b'viyontif. Right? Reb Yochanan hahuk Reb Yosef Yehuda masi lo. 1 second. Yeah. Going like Rabbi Yosef Yehuda. Toshma, okay. It says it's speaking about Muksamach Soren Kiss. Toshma, in Mashkin Shochnis Midborius, Mashkin Shochnis Abaisis. Yeah. Rabbi Yochanan Stam Achrinam, Ashka Shamim, Agrias, Amradah Ilon, El Visham, Rabbi Yochanan. Yeah. It says, Mashke Shochen is a Midborius. It says, you're not allowed to be Mashke, let's say you have an animal that comes in from the Midbar. You're not allowed to be Mashke, you're allowed to Shechter on Yom Tif. So the Gemara says, that's Rabbi Yehuda. So Tosfos says, Have Motzel Lamei Medhanik Grosut Smokin Damyan, Kidam Perakiro. The Gemara could have answered, the Gemara doesn't answer it. The Gemara says it's more like Rabbi Yehuda, but the Gemara could have said, it's like Grosut Smokin. That he didn't go after it is a siman. It wasn't within his purview. So that's grogus smoking, even though there's a difference. It's not so posh because grogsmu you did an overt act to put in a position like Tosfos and Kira on the base there when you take shemen and you light it with the psilo, that's called dachbiyah. Literally, you're doing an action to negate it from its regular usage.
But here, yeah.
Here, the Adam went. You didn't do anything over it. So therefore, you could say maybe his das is, if it should come back, whatever, his mindset is, he would want to use it. Understand? That you have to say that's the chiluk.
Well, I'm saying by payers also there's no overt act.
By what?
If we're saying that the standard for it becomes smoking resource is that you have to do an overt act with a light a candle or...
No, you're putting it in a position to make it not roy.
Right. So putting in a position by payers, by you not picking from the Uber, are you...
No, we didn't get there yet. We didn't get there yet.
No, I'm saying...
No, I understand. Yeah.
It's still schwer to fully understand why...
Yeah, I understand. We didn't get the mechubi yet, right?
But I'm saying, you're speaking at this point here, so I'm saying we'll need to do the later too. Well, how exactly does something become smoking doors? What's together for
all the
to
cases?
get that
All the
status?
cases which are mefurish, which the Rishonim say crooks and smoking, Moshe Shem Shebner. It would be a ner gadol. That would be that's grogus and smoking.
Right.
You put it in the position that it's not roy. They're gadol, ner cotton. It'll be ready. It's grogus and smoking. It's b'dei shemayim because the more is a question. What about you put up a pot to cook on a regular fire? There's a certain period of time it's not edible.
You know that's
So it says because that's b'dei odom, and that's even according to Rabbi Yehuda, even according to Rabbi Yehuda, that it's not muktzah,
right.
right? Even though I banish wasn't roy lachilo, doesn't make a difference because there that's not called muktzah because it was meant to become roy. Okay, let's get back to what's his name.
So far, I mean, you don't have 100% clarity why Rashi holds Makuber and Thurston said why not picking potatoes automatically makes it smoking doors. Certainly, you have to say Rashi holds the issue with the rice.
From that Rashi over there, by
but
Pchas.
still to fully grasp together what becomes on fingers. I mean, if you didn't pick it, then that becomes.
No, we say it's difficult. Over there, Taisus. No. But the way Taisus learns, if the Boreas is Kagrogs at Smook, Taisus says the Gemara could have said it's Kagrogs at Smookim. Midboreas, when the animals come in on Yom Tif. So it says a mashkin.
No, they say it, obviously.
So
we need to redefine.
no, but I'm saying if that's Grogus at Smookim, so something that she could have picked Zichas, and Rashi says Lo Tchalik Bein Shel Yisrael L'Shen Yaakov.
So I'm saying we have to redefine them. What in order for them to become smoking doors, it's a lower bar. It's not as high as the bar we're saying. The bar seems to be that you mark the diet. You're not you. It's mistaber for us to say that you didn't want this. It's not such a high bar. Either there's some kind of isser, or it's physically not accessible to you because you have to go to the desert, whatever. So the Shimon is moide by smoking doors, but it really includes a lot of things.
See, I was thinking, let's talk about Ner Godel. Right, you have a law, 26-hour candle. Let's say there would be a sort of dachi b'dayim. No sort of dachi b'dayim, like grogs and smoking. Factually, why according to Reb Shimon is something not muktzah? So Rashi says, theoretically, anything that should avail itself, person's das is, he wants to use it. Right? So if that is the das, if anything should avail itself, my das is that I want it, so you need something to counter that. So that would be dach b'yadayim. Because otherwise you'd say, you know something, he never counted on it. He's not Yoshe Mitzapeh. Right? Say he's not Yoshe Mitzapeh. What do you have to call dach b'yadayim? Say he's not Yoshe Mitzapeh. That's the reason. Teretz is no, like Rashi says in that Bezim and Aleph. What's Shitas Reb Shimon over here? It's not Rashi here. Yeah, he says here. Deal muktzah spirle lo maxi inish midai midi de chozile. See, right? Avon noilad laviyot. The more wants to originally be mechal between muktzah and noilad, right? Because what's the more wants to say maybe man de islain leslain muktzah islain noilad. Why? Why the one who doesn't know the muktzah holds a noilad? So he says that filo Reb Shimon the shari muktzah ben noilad osir. Deal with muktzah spirle lo maxi inish midai midi de chozile. Right? Avon noilad lo haviyoda din heavy dati aluyo. So over here we talk about there is a positive das. So if there's a positive das, you can't say it on noilad. But the Gemara comes out man de islain leslain noilad. So what is it? It's not that you have to have das as long as you don't negate it. See, if you have to have over das, my chazi lo no maxi daite. So he says. No. No, but the Gemara comes out man the left. But the Gemara comes out no, just the opposite. Man the leslei noilad. Rashi said, what was originally the sport in Mechalti Muktzah Noilad? My de chozlo maxinish midaite. But noilad, he doesn't even know things are going to come into existence. So there you have to have a positive das. Right. According to the Maskona man the leslei Muktzah leslei noilad, you don't have to have a positive das as long as you don't have a negative das.
Does everybody hold the Maskona? Meaning
that's according to Rav Nachman. Yeah, that's the Maskona. That's the Maskona. Unless you hold like Rabbah. Unless you hold like Achon de Rabbah.
No, we didn't reject Rav Nachman out of that. We rejected because we didn't split the love from the Mishnah.
Right.
But
that's the Svar in Reb Shimon. That's Svar in Reb Shimon.
But I'm saying, is it fair to say that the Gemara is okay with that understanding?
But I'm saying, but if you go with that understanding, right. So according to Maskona, it's not that you have to have positive as long as you don't have negative. Yeah. So what's negative? Negative is Dachab Yadayim.
What's Dachab Yadayim?
No, so you put it in a position that what? That it's not available.
You put it in a position?
You put it. Doesn't mean.
No, I'm trying to clear.
Zicha, when you put it, there Godel Zicha. Grokset Smuch indefinite. So there you've done something overtly to put it in a position.
Okay, so next level down.
Okay, so now, so let's talk now. What's the name? By Midborius, the animals, right? So we're not talking Isser over there. My dechozile, the man never counted on it. Over there wasn't any negation. See, it's a machlokus. It's a machlokus in the Gemara whether Midborius or only Baisis you're permitted. One of Baisis means they're domesticated. They're in the tchum, right? So if could be this the machlokus, and it would be totally if you hold like Rav Nachman or not. If you hold like Rav Nachman, the Leslie Muktzah Leslie Noilad, so then Midborios would be permitted. Because it's not my dechozi l'matzin ishmidaite. I did nothing to those animals to say that I don't want them. If they come in, I want them. Right? I didn't think about it. You don't have to think about it. As long as there's no dachya. Okay. Right? By the Amos. But by something that's growing, right? Where you could have picked it, so the question is, why didn't you pick it? By the Behem, I didn't know what's coming and not coming. Right? But the min, I could have picked it. That you didn't pick it is a simin that what? That you're negating it. So I'm saying, could be the machlokas in Shabbos, where the midborius are they muktzah, not muktzah, according to Reb Shimon, would be totally in Rav Nachman. If you hold mandi islay muktzah, mandi islay muktzah, islay noilad, so then you have to have something positive, right? But if it goes hand in hand, then you have to have, it's only when you have something negative. You have to have a negative das.
What's the example of negative over there?
No, then midborius wouldn't be muktzah.
Is there anything muktzah in that sugi with Rav Nachman? Is there an
It doesn't discuss Rav Nachman. Doesn't discuss Rav Nachman. But I'm saying, l'chayro would be totally in this, which is a machlokes amorim in our Gemara. Had a look shot in the Mishnah. Is it noilad, or is it for some other pesha, noishrin, whatever else it may be? Here. This is ein muktzah Reb Shimon el grosut smuken belvod. Rebbe Leslie muktzah. I bought none in Mashkin shochness mit Boris. Rebbe doesn't hold the muktzah, and he holds like Reb Shimon. I bought none in Mashkin shochness mit Boris, of Mashkin shochness of Isis. See, he holds a muktzah, right? Betanya Elohim mit Boris. What's mit Boris? Kosh yotzet to pesel neflosim bervius. Isis kosh yotzet beros chutz l'tchum bos lonos b'tochatchum. Rebbe Yom Elohim Beitzah is saying Elohim mit Boris kosh yeros be'efer ve'nechos l'yishuv. One second. You hear this? You hear this? This is it. This is the Gemara. This is the Gemara. This is the Gemara. Hear this. The Gemara says the Rebbe. See, the Rebbe doesn't know. Says he doesn't know the muktzah. Rebbe says mefurish that Beitzah you could shecht on Yom Tov, but Midboris, and what's Midboris? Kol sherois be'efer ve'nechnos l'yishuv lo b'scham lo b'sakshom. They go roaming the way out in the wilderness, and they don't come back not in the winter, not in the summer. So you see that he holds of muktzah. Ibo seima hani nami kagrosut smuken damya. The Gemara says no, that's also. 1 second. Ibo seima l'dvar v'der Shimon kom alei. V'lei lo svir lei. The other pshat is no. The reason why really the Boreos is not grosut smuken. Well, because if it is, what do we Ibo seima, right? Meaning, if you hold Boreos is muktzah, it can't be grosut smuken. So how are we going to be mechalik? Grosut smuken. The question is, do you have to have positive das? So if you have positive das, you don't have positive das. It has nothing to do with because he necessarily negated it, right? Over the year, he negated it. I had no access to it. The rois be'efer. What am I supposed to do? Right? It's not available. Right? So what do you have to have? You have to have Maid Chozile. So it's like a Neulad. That's Mandi Islay Muktzah, Leslie Muktzah, Islay Neulad. So that is the equivalent. He didn't know how to have Das on it. So the Midboris is the equivalent of Beishan Ol the B'yomtiv. Right? Ibo Seimel, Dvork Reb Shimon Kamalei. No. He holds, it's not Grogos Smukin. Grogos Smukin, Maid Chozile, not Maid Chozile Matzle. You have to have something negative. So by Midboris, there's nothing negative. So it's not grosut smuken. So if that's the case, what's pshat in Rebbe? Rebbe holds that it's evidently Rebbe is like muktzah. He holds like Rebbe Yehuda, right? And what's Rebbe Yehuda hold? No, that you have to have das, that you want it, and if you don't have das, it's muktzah. That's the machlok Reb Shimon. As he says, "Yibo seimel d'var Reb Shimon kam alei, v'leilo sfirli, yibo seimel d'vreim d'Rabbanu kam lididi lesli muktzah klal." Right? Liditchu odli mias teich de yotzes the pesach and the chosel berevir beises ninu. Rabbonamik no lo mit boris ninu, lo mit boris ninu.